It's so easy to get seduced by, Facebook ads. You can't even log on to Facebook right now. Somebody talking about leads, but when you start talking about conversions, the highest conversion rate by the largest majority is always past clients. Aaron, why don't you share really quickly, like what is some of the things that you do? You have a super high percentage of past clients. What are some of the things that you do to excel in this area that you could share for others?
Well, we're very deliberate about asking for the referrals and letting it be known. I think it was probably our little group in San Diego 2 or 3 years ago where somebody said, "Oh, I just started asking," and it kind of clicked for me that we need to start doing that. So as soon as we start a relationship with a client, we send them a signed letter in the mail saying you're awesome and we want to work with more awesome people like you. So if you have friends, family, and coworkers that need our help, don't keep us a secret. And follow up with other letters, calls, post closing, just staying in touch with them. And we see, every month when we do, for instance, when I do the annual mortgage review calls,
Mm-hmm.
it 100% this year has resulted in a new transaction. Just sticking to that for 12 months. So all of those little things compound, and that's what's made a big difference for me. Is just asking for the business, deliberately staying in touch with people, and staying top of mind.
Ken's probably right around the 100 unit mark. You're probably close to 70 to 80% from that first category. So what are some of the things that you do?
The process of staying in touch with our past clients with anniversary gifts, annual reviews, the video text check-ins every 6 months. So they get deliberate messages from us twice a year, and then they also get some miscellaneous gifts from our post-closing marketing campaign.
I will tell you guys this, that I've studied this over and over and over and over again. The top people in the nation have been in so many masterminds and speak all over and all this stuff. And there's not many people in the nation that are doing this absolutely right. But the people that are doing it right in the nation are the ones that are the happiest, that are the most fulfilled, that love their business, that are making the most money, that are able to set the most boundaries and to stick with it. Those are the ones that are able to build the best businesses. And there's a select group of people in the nation. I'm sure I don't know all of them, but I know some, and it's not a lot. And so our initiative for you guys in 2019, if you're in this group, we want 100% that every single one of you guys becomes one of those people. Does that make sense? That is a big initiative for us, because as much as we talk about social and as much as we talk about what do you say to a realtor and what you talk about this, you guys are either have a mature business or you are building a mature business. And out of that, 60% is the number. 60% is the number that you get from past clients, past client referrals, social, because social, again, is just a relationship tool. Where you get to interact with people in there as well. The conversion rates on organic social are super high as well. So, so Seth, you're almost there, right? Almost. You're at 52%. So what would you say? So you do a lot well. I'm curious that you're at 52. What can we do to get 52 to 60? So what do you do well first? And then what shift can we make to get you to 60?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. Like, that's trended up significantly. It's been, Dan, I saw you on the call. You and I have talked about this. It is growing by 10 to 15% each year, which is exciting.
And you're young, so you have the hardest. When you're young or newer in the business, that's the hardest to get to the 60%. It's super, super hard right there. So, so it might just be time for you.
Yeah.
What it is it just time and consistency for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything huge. I do think, though, I mean, Ken said it, I can be a lot more intentional about some things that I'm doing with my past clients. Mm-hmm. And then to go back to Aaron's conversation, and I've talked to Dan about this, like those, I want to say easy. It's so easy to get a referral and then close that deal versus from a past client versus a realtor referral or some sort of lead gen type activity. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I would say I'm curious, as far as like, I don't do closing gifts. Do people think closing gifts help with building a past client relationship? Or my follow-up could be better. Right now, I'm only following up with them about once a year, but I do interact with them. My biggest strong suit in this is I friend them on Facebook and I interact with their posts. I become friends. Like there's some of my clients I didn't know before I started with them. They're like a friend now, truly a friend, not just a client.
And a lot of you guys, that's why I put social media in there, because like what Seth just said is really important for everybody to get. Okay. So you might not be able to go like how Eric Zanatelli can go. He can go, I didn't know that person. Facebook group, that was 18% of my business, because you did a past client. But by commenting, by liking, by them seeing your post every other week, or they're sitting around, and then they get what we do in, how you guys are reaching out and what we're going to do for you in the sales machine. We're going to do it every 6 months to schedule, to say it's so important to me that you're always in the best mortgage for your needs. Please reach out to do a completely free 3-minute mortgage checkup, right? So we're going to be asking for the business for you in there, but the social always has to go, because that's what's reminding them. That's what's branding in your mind. That's another reason why it's like, don't spend a lot of paralysis by analysis time on Thursdays. Take the post, rip it, roar, go. Right? Because it's a branding thing as much. It's not a direct marketing piece. But if they're not seeing you on social, if they're not seeing the other stuff in there, you're not going to maximize that. Call it the stacking effect. So there's other ways that people are seeing you, and that's what social really does. That's the why behind social. I think a lot of people get caught up on, man, it's got to be the perfect image or the perfect words or this. And if I just did this video, and if I had Eric Zanatelli's talent around it with that, then I'd be awesome. And I'm not. It's not that. It's everything synergistically working together. Mr. O'Connell, let's talk to you. So you have an amazing business. You do fantastic. Okay. Those are unbelievable numbers. These are your words. You said 90% of referral partners. The way that your business is structured, Mr. O'Connell, is you have the easiest business to double that makeup right now, because you have the database. You have the 120 units already from referral partners. You already have the people that know, like, and trust you. You just don't have a system to reach back out to them.
Yeah, the first thing that I did was, when I got into coaching, was to realize that, and just went into Salesforce and set up a loan anniversary campaign that every time a loan anniversary hits, I get an email and it reminds me, and so do they. I need to take that to the next level as well and build out on it. That's one of my goals for 19.
The magic number is a text every 6 months. We've tested so many different. They actually don't want phone calls, because people actually don't want phone calls right now.
Right.
And voicemails, I don't know if this is your buying behavior, but it's definitely mine. What we've seen with voicemails is that if people aren't expecting your call, they let it go to voicemail and then they read the text. What people want is an absolute short text that gets right to the point and nothing else. They don't want to talk right now. To Julian Roger, those are fantastic numbers, guys. You're the same makeup as Mr. O'Connell's, and you can double. It wouldn't be a double in 2019, but the doubling could happen as soon as 2020 for you.
That's exciting.
It definitely could. So you guys can go from whatever 126 to 250. It's a 220 play for you though, because it takes, you'll need probably 2 or 3 of the 6 months reaching out where people really understand that this is important for all you guys to get. So I want you guys to pay attention to how I say this. It takes about between 2 and 4 times of every 6 months for a client to understand that they have a mortgage guy or a mortgage girl that they know, like, and trust. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it won't be a 1-to-1. So even Julie, for you, right, to like, man, I got those texts are going out and I didn't double yet, Derek. It's not that. It's 2 to 4 where then they literally go, I have a mortgage. And that's the key shift that anybody that's struggling with past clients that's the key shift that they need to make. I have a mortgage guy or mortgage girl. It totally happened in my business too. It absolutely was a 1-to-1 ratio of the people that I had in my database that knew that I was their mortgage guy, that we got a referral from too. So it's a double. It was 2 for every one person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If they were able to go, if they knew that Derek was my mortgage guy, then they felt confident and trusting to go, hey, my son's buying a home over there and he is kind of Fruit Loop about money. Derek, can you help him out with that? You already have these fantastic businesses. So that's where you can double and triple relatively quickly. And even for the people that are really strong on the past clients too, you guys can double too. It takes time, as Bob said too, that to build where you get great realtors sending you a lot of business. So it's probably a 2020 play for you too, Aaron, on doubling. But that can happen there too. So Jane, you do fantastic. Those are unbelievable numbers.
When we did this last year, I was at 90-10.
I remember.
So I've gotten an extra 15% from past clients. So I'm really happy with that progress.
Now, do you notice even with that you have less stress in your life, more?
This year has been so much easier. Now I did less units, so just, I guess it's the year, but I'm not down so much because I was able to augment with that. So it's really helped. And it's just, this year has been so much easier than past years.
So that's another thing to take from that, Julie, Roger, and Mr. O'Connell too, right? So when you start making that other shift, because the conversion rates are so much higher, because what they're looking for is a trusted advisor, not best rate. Because even if you're a referral partner and you're 90% referral partner, or like, you're still going to get rate shoppers in there. Your conversion rates still won't be 90% because some realtors are going to give you people that go somewhere else or don't qualify or whatever. I think Julie Rigstad nailed it with, what am I doing to get more business from the people that already know, like, and trust me too? That is a monster, great shift right there. So hats off, Julie. So let me tell you this story too, as we go into this rising rate environment and, and volumes down a little bit and people start, freaking out or whatever too. I can tell you that these are 2 other important stats that I'm going to go over at Elevate too, is take a guess right now. According to the MBA, how much origination volume will be purchase volume and how much will be refinance volume in 2019? 65-35. So you're going to hear everybody talk about that we're going into a purchase market, and they're correct. Definition of a purchase market is when purchases are higher than refinance volume. Absolutely correct. But as some people will tell you in here, that there's still going to be refinances, and so the refinances aren't your cut and dry refinance market, lower my rate, a straight rate and term. You're not going to see a lot of that. You're going to see, obviously, the debt consolidation, the cash outs, the removal of PMI. Just being a resource and a trusted advisor to everybody in your network right now is super, super huge.